Hi there, Doug Stewman with IT Creations with the Gigabyte R163-S30 Server. This is a one-use server designed for networking or use as a hybrid private cloud server. With those relatively generic qualifiers, it could be put to work as a virtual server for file storage, file access via VPN, use as a shared internet provider, database, web hosting, or e-commerce applications, to name a few. Clearly, it is a small server, but does offer support for a single 4th or 5th gen Intel Xeon scalable processor with up to 64 cores. Although it might be a little short on storage for some of those applications. Like our channel? Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it. Again, with the Gigabyte R163-S30 server, there are a few SKUs to choose from. And again, those changes relate to the storage and PSUs supported. So far, there's only 4 SKUs to choose from. There's the AAG1 and AAG2, both with Titanium PSUs, with the first, the AAG1, also supporting NVMe drive types. Same breakdown for the other two, the AAB1 and AAB2, both with Platinum PSUs, and also support for NVMe drives on the AAB1. Which one do we have? We have the AAB2 with no support for NVMe drives, at least in theory. We'll get to that. Did I mention there are also a bunch of Gigabyte R163 servers with several different end suffixes? You know, those last 3 letters. They support Intel processors like this one, AMD EPYC 9004, 9005, and even an Ampere architecture-based platform. Not getting into that. With only 4 drive bays up front, you can probably surmise using this system for database or for file storage would be somewhat limiting. I mean, if that's the case, you may as well go with a 2-use system that would definitely offer a bit more storage. I suppose with the memory and compute this system can provide, it would be great for a host system that accesses a SAN or storage area network or NAS network attached storage, which might provide the storage density needed for database or file storage. Although with current drive capacities at up to 30 terabytes and soon to be even higher capacity drives available, just 4 bays may be more than enough, as you could have up to 120 terabytes of storage in that 1U single socket system. Much like memory allocation, it seems like nobody ever fully maxes out on drive capacity either. Anyways, what do we have here? With the AAB2 SKU, we have 4 3.5-inch bays that can be outfitted with SATA or SAS drives. That would be the same storage configuration as with the AAG2. It's only when you have the AAB1 or AAG1 that U.2 NVMe drives are supported. With the NVMe option, you also get drive trays with neon green release tabs instead of cerulean blue for SATA or SAS drive types. Did you ever see that X-Files episode where the bad guy escapes by hypnotizing the arresting officer just by saying cerulean blue several times? Are you interested in the Gigabyte R163-S30 server? If you are, then for a limited time you can save up to $500 off a system that is listed or one that you can configure at IT Creations that's valued at $5,000 or more. Click that link to learn more about this exciting little unit, and when you're ready to make a purchase, just mention this video. Maybe even tell them that Doug sent you. I do wonder what they'll say to that. You know what? Maybe just mention the video. Never noticed cerulean was actually printed on the front of that truck too. Let's look at the control panel. The panel is above the first 2 drive bays on the left and features 2 USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports, then non-maskable interrupt, a reset button, 4 telltale lights including LAN 1, LAN 2, hard drives, and system status, then the ID button and power on button. Around the back of the system, 2 PSUs on the left, again either 800 watts or 850 watt 80 plus platinum or titanium. This one is outfitted with dual redundant platinum PSUs. If necessary, other PSUs can be installed, aside from the basic system configuration. There are 2 PCIe slots on top and 2 OCP 3.0 card slots below along the bottom of the chassis. Between those two, an I/O panel with mini DisplayPort, 2 USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports, a server management LAN port, 1 Gigabit Ethernet port, and ID button. Value added is a Gigabyte thing, as the system comes pre-installed with the Gigabyte Management Console to help manage the system. And it's free of charge. It can help manage a single server or small cluster of servers with real-time health monitoring using an intuitive graphical interface. The Gigabyte Server Management Utility, or GSM, provides for clusters of servers, but that you will have to download. It too has a nice graphical user interface and includes a few other add-on utilities like a plugin for use with VMware vCenter, the GSM mobile app for smartphones or tablets compatible with iOS or Android operating systems, a GSM command line interface, and GSM server, which seems, I don't know, kind of redundant to me. You know, Gigabyte Server Management Server, see what I mean? Anyways, GSM Server is the actual software program for real-time remote management. Oh, and the GSM agent has to be loaded on all systems to actually use the GSM Server software. Once we pop the cover off this system, you can see the system layout and motherboard. I will mention that all of these SKUs have the same motherboard. So apparently, the SKU just makes it a bit easier to order, given even this system we have here, the AAB2, which is listed as only supporting SAS or SATA, does have 2 MCIO connectors on the motherboard that would be perfect for up to 4 NVMe drives. It does also have 3 SATA connectors. If you want to outfit this system with SAS drives, you will need a SAS add-in card. SAS drives will run at up to 12 gigabits per second, or SATA at 6 gigabits per second. That single CPU slot can support either 4th or 5th generation Intel Xeon Scalable processors and Intel Xeon Max series CPUs. If you go 4th generation, you can get up to 60 cores, or 5th gen up to 64 cores, physical cores. You can double those both with the values for virtual threads, courtesy of Intel's hyper-threading technology. The CPU supports 16 DDR5 memory module slots, and with 8-channel memory architecture, up to 2 DIMMs per channel can be installed, for up to 4 terabytes of memory. Memory speed is dependent on CPU, memory configuration, and the actual memory modules you install, as some are not even capable of reaching the top speeds. For 5th gen CPUs, that would be up to 5600 megatransfer per second with 1 DIMM per channel, or only 4400 megatransfer per second with 2 DIMMs per channel. However, keep in mind that would be for the top tier platinum processors, as gold and silver options will not provide those speeds, even with only a single DIMM per channel. But across platinum, gold, or silver with 2 DIMMs per channel, you can get up to 4400 megatransfers per second. With 4th gen, you get a maximum speed of up to 4800 megatransfers per second. There is a single M.2 slot on the system board that can be used to boot this system or for additional super fast storage. It's a PCIe Gen 3 x 4 slot. Additional PCIe slots are provided by 2 risers at the back of the chassis, each supporting a full-height half-length slot with a PCIe 5.0 x 16 interface. Those can be loaded with a number of options, including additional NICs, perhaps a SAS add-in card, or maybe even a small GPU like the NVIDIA Tesla T4 or even the A2 if you want something a little bit newer. The 2 OCP 3.0 mezzanine card slots also feature a PCIe 5.0 x 16 slot and are accessible from the back of the chassis and easy to install and remove without taking the cover panel off. For a single socket system with a 4th or 5th gen Intel Xeon Scalable processor, this system has the right size for a number of common business applications. It definitely offers some flexibility and power, and at 1U can easily fit into your existing network without using a shoehorn. If you're looking for one of these or something like it, check out itcreations.com. I placed a few links in the section below, or you can use that one right there. IT Creations is a partner with Gigabyte, and chances are we have what you need. Until next time, I'm Doug Stuman with IT Creations. Thanks for watching.